Dr. Samuel Hayden is one of the most mysterious entities in the universe of Doom. Just how does he know that much about Argent energy, hell, demons, the Night Sentinels, and most importantly, the Makers and Urdak? Well, that's basically because Dr. Samuel Hayden is none other than the Seraphim, the holy creature that gave the Doomslayer great power and speed in disguise. And there are a lot of variables that point this out in the campaign of Doom Eternal, and in this video we're going to dive super shotgun deep into these variables and see why Samuel Hayden is the Seraphim. If you enjoyed the videos I produce, consider subscribing. My goal is to reach 100k subscribers before April, and we are really close. Thanks for the support and enjoy the video. To explain the topic in hand, we need to first dive into the backstory of these two characters. The Seraphim, or Samuel Maker, was the right hand of the Khan Maker, her chancellor and the guardian of the Doomslayer. He was the one that gave the Doomslayer his celestial powers by using the divinity machine, and by doing that in secrecy of the Khan Maker, he was supposedly branded a heretic and exiled from Urdak. But prior to being exiled from the Makers, he stole the essence of the Father from Urdak, which prompted the Khan Maker on allying herself with Hell in order to keep her race alive with the power of Argent energy. Samuel Hayden is the chairman of the UAC, head of the UAC Mars project, and director of the Argent facility. In 2127, Hayden was diagnosed with incurable brain cancer. He avoided his fate by transferring parts of his brain into a 3-meter tall mechanical body infused with an Argent accumulator. He specifically designed this body to be able to lead the man expedition on Hell. In 2145, Samuel Hayden led the first man expedition into Hell, where he found the Doomslayer. And so, what do these two characters have in common? First of all is the voice. Both the Seraphim and Samuel Hayden share the same voice actor, which is Darin DePaul. And it's not that they share the same voice actor, it's also that both of them deliberately speak with the same intonation and pronunciation, meaning that they speak with the same manners, in the same way. Also, they both say the same line to the Doomslayer both in Doom 2016 and in Doom Eternal.
It's a gift. Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand the power surge. I offer you a gift. Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey.
They also share a similar name, Samuel Hayden and Samuel Maker. If its software is not playing with our minds here, then I do not know what's happening here. Those are the clear signs that Samuel Hayden is the Seraphim, but while replaying the campaign, I noticed even more hints about him being the Seraphim. When you first encounter Hayden in the Ark complex, the UAC employees in charge of his body state that they weren't able to reanimate his body because the technology in which his body was made out of was all alien.
We don't know how to access his main cortex. It's all alien. We couldn't figure it out. We have to prepare for his careful extraction. We were given specific orders.
His life signal is barely readable.
Right after leaving the Ark complex, the Doomslayer connects Samuel Hayden into the Fortress of Doom, and Samuel easily transfers his consciousness into the mainframe of the fortress. The Fortress of Doom is made specifically out of Maker technology, and if Samuel's mechanical body wasn't made out of the same technology, transferring his consciousness would have been next to impossible. Vega also states that the fortress and Samuel's body share similar architecture.
But there is still one priest left, and I have lost his signal. I can no longer locate him. Dr. Hayden will be able to find him. Dr. Hayden is transferring himself into your ship's mainframe. The architecture is similar to his own. This will...
And even though he's supposed to be human, Samuel reminds the Slayer several times that he needs to save his people, his people being humanity. Samuel always talks about humanity like if he wasn't part of that race. He talks about humanity from an outside perspective.
Your people are made to suffer. Processed souls for the Khan Maker's world. I assure you, this could have been avoided with different leadership.
And the thing that nails the coffin, at least for me, is that when the Doomslayer interrupts the Icon of Sin ritual on Urdak, the Maker facility greets the Slayer as if he was the Seraphim.
Welcome, Seraphim.
And this can mean several things, but one of them is that the Maker was greeting Samuel Hayden, which was inside the frame of the Praetor suit, not the Doomslayer. Another big thing to point here is the almost omniscient knowledge Samuel Hayden has over Argent Energy, Hell, and specifically Urdak and the Makers. When you reach both Necrovol, the Argent factory inside of Hell, and Urdak, Samuel talks about these two places in particular like if he already knew about their existence for years on end. Especially on Urdak.
Inside that citadel is the soul extraction chamber. We must make our way through and to the top, where the pure Argent energy is exported directly to Urdak. Magnificent, isn't it? Now quickly, the Khan Maker is nearby. We must stop her before she completes the ritual and gains full control over the Icon of Sin.
Magnificent, isn't it? Throughout the whole Urdak level, Samuel Hayden leads the way to the Doomslayer. He tells him about the portal rings, how they work, about the Icon of Sin and its powers, about the Khan Maker, about pretty much everything. But how does he know? No man has ever set foot on Urdak before, not even the Night Sentinels, so the Sentinels wouldn't know about the sacred grounds of Urdak. And the only way that Doomslayer was able to reach Urdak in the first place was through the Argent Duel that connected Necrovol to Urdak. So there's just no way in hell for Samuel Hayden to know that much about this sacred place. It's just impossible. When the Doomslayer connects Vega to the mainframe of Urdak, Vega asks Samuel if he is the father, the essence of Urdak, which then Samuel simply ignored the question.
Now, insert Vega to activate the portal.
System acquired. Setting course for the Earth dimension now.
I can see that. Am I the father, Dr. Hayden?
Something that we have never seen him do. That could mean that Vega, the super AI that was created by Samuel Hayden, could have the consciousness or essence of the father of Urdak. The Seraphim did steal the essence of the father before going rogue, so that could be possible. But the real question here is, what is the Seraphim trying to do? What is his real purpose? The way I see it, the Seraphim didn't agree with the ways Urdak or the Khan Maker had, and he wanted to get rid of the Khan Maker for him to maybe succeed Urdak. Or this. The Seraphim created a Doomslayer, which gave Hell the ultimate archenemy, someone that would counter the forces of Hell. By all means, Urdak and the Makers refer themselves as Heaven, and the Makers and Khan Maker and Urdak, they are well known about Hell. They know about this dimension, they know about their ways, they know they are demons, they know that Hell exists. But instead of fighting against the forces of Hell to seek balance in the universe, because Hell is a dimension invader, the Makers aligned themselves with Hell in order to preserve their race. Okay, that was after the essence of the father was stolen, but it is a fact that the Makers knew about the existence of Hell, but they didn't do nothing. They didn't try to stop, they didn't try to balance the forces of Hell. They did nothing. They were complacent in the existence of Hell. The Makers aligned themselves with Hell in order to preserve their race, dooming countless civilizations in the process. The Seraphim knew about this and decided to create his own demigod that would oppose the forces of hell, like heaven should do. And ultimately, in the events of Doom Eternal, the Seraphim got rid of the Makers and Urdak in the process, balanced, as all things should be. And it makes sense because when Samuel first finds the Doomslayer in hell, he caresses the tomb like he just found his lost child. He also states to Olivia Pierce that the Doomslayer was his before they even found him. In my opinion, Samuel Hayden is the Seraphim. But hey, that's just a theory. Thanks for watching. And so okay Spartans, that's all the time I had for today's video. Please let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Leave a like if you did and a dislike if you disliked it. Thanks to all of my patrons who made this video possible, and links to all of my social accounts will be down below. Thanks for watching. Adios.